Coming out of high school, our high school wasn't big on recruiting. Um, we didn't really have guys go and play at the next level. If we did, it was a smaller school, no big names, no big recruits. So I came out of my after my senior year. I didn't really have any looks. There was no coaches contacting me. I wasn't really contacting any coaches. I wasn't really familiar with the whole recruiting process and everything. So I was like, I still have some in the tank. Time to go JUCO. I wasn't really familiar with the whole process of JUCO. I wasn't really familiar with all that, so it was something kind of new to me. But me being class of 2020 in high school, I had the COVID come up, so it was kind of a weird transition. So fall 2020 was just working out on the field, doing field work, kind of staying isolated and everything. And then spring 2021 came up, where I chose to go to College of the Canyons, school up in. They're actually a powerhouse in SoCal. We used to be, I guess, but went there. I thought it was going pretty well. Good relationship with the coaches. A nice school, a newer school and everything. So everything was nice there. But once fall came and everything, I feel like I wasn't really much involved. I didn't really have a good relationship with the coaches and everything. So I thought it was best that I just back off for football from a year, walk off. It was actually funny too because that year I had a week and a half to transfer to Pasadena because I was talking to the coach. But I was like, you know what? It's just a quick transition, so I'm just gonna take the year off, work on me, get bigger, stronger, faster, make a little bit of money. So I did that, and then I came to Pasadena in January 2022. It was actually funny too because that year they won the ring. They won a ring in 2021, so I was like, dang, I missed the opportunity. But that was just another big thing for me coming into a winning program where they have a high standard. But yeah, they needed a back in which that was my goal to come in and make a good name for myself, in which I did. I learned a lot through the junior college process. There's a lot of grind, a lot of grit. It's not the easiest thing when it comes to commuting 30, 40 minutes every day. Put a lot of miles in the car. So it was the same thing kind of here my freshman year where it was me and another back competing, in which I took the spot, and then he ended up transferring out after our freshman year. But that right there, that was the beginning of like my first time having to compete with someone else for a spot, which kind of is really good for me. It was really good for me because it made me work harder. It wasn't like I just was given, so I had to earn it. And then my sophomore year, I took a big role, becoming a leader. My freshman year, we had a pretty big leader as a sophomore, but he ended up transferring out. And I was one of the best returning players. And no one wanted to really take that role. So I thought it was the best for me to come in there and take it, and which it went pretty well. Me being a sophomore, there was a lot of freshmen coming in who looked up to me, where I always had to say majority of the time. But being a leader, you also have to know how to work with everyone else. It isn't just since you have such a big role. I'm a big guy on like knowing everyone. I'm pretty friendly when it comes to just overall communication. So I was pretty cool with everyone. My sophomore year, I had a pretty good year as well, in which my process wasn't how I thought it was going to go after the season. The main reason as well for me going JUCO was just to play at the next level. Play at a four-year school where I don't have to pay much money for my family, for my mother, who's also really great and raised me really well. And yeah, so after my sophomore year, I was thinking I was going to go, not anything Power 5 or nothing crazy, but I thought I was going to get like a nice D1 offer at a smaller school. I think I could play at the D1 level. I thought so. I still think so. It went a little quick in the beginning in like December. Like mid to late December, I was talking to University of San Diego, which was close from home, in which that was pretty cool. The coach showed me a lot of love. There was a lot of I talked to him face to face and everything, so I was like, okay, this is the start of something. And then it kind of slowed down. It didn't really wasn't going how I wanted it to, but that goes back to the grind and the grit that I had, where it's like just take the path step by step. Don't try and put too much on yourself and everything. So. Yeah, so me and Ben, a close friend of mine who I've known since middle school, we would always talk about, it'd be cool to play together, all this. But like and that was my freshman year, a little bit going into my sophomore year, and I was always like, yeah, maybe not, because I thought I had bigger aspirations. but it became a reality where I wasn't really getting the looks how I thought I was. So yeah, he ended up contacting me, saying, you should come check us out. Our coaches like your film, they like how you look, they like your build, and I was like, yeah, let's schedule a visit. So I ended up talking to the coaches, getting all that done, and yeah, I came out to see the school, and it was great. The coaches, they showed me a lot of love. The area was perfect, compared to a couple other schools that I went to visits to that weren't really welcoming environmentally, within the city. I guess it was just more of like a middle of nowhere, where coming from an LA, like kind of like Hollywood area, kind of a very active city, a very active place. It was a little new for me, and I felt like that wasn't really the best for me. Um, and yeah, it's been pretty nice here. Smaller school, so there's a lot of better relationships compared to a bigger school. There's been some times where I've been a little down on myself, where it's like, I'm not getting the opportunity that I thought I would get. But if anything, it's making me better. I have great relationships with Husky and Chili. So if anything, it's all, instead of it being more of like a individual type thing, it's more, it's gotten me to be more of a team player. Where I'm used to always getting the ball, blah blah blah, being a big role, in which I still think I have a big role here, but it's not as big of like a singular role. But it's been great. Like I said, the grit and the grind that I've always had, it's just showing more and more. It's causing me to do the extra stuff to get better compared to being complacent. And yeah, it's been a little hard, but I've been doing my thing. Whenever I get the opportunity, it's been going great. I try to learn from Husky and Chili, them being both kind of different backs. I'm trying to pick up some speed from Husky, and then pick up a little bit of strength from Chili. But yeah, it shows me what I can do, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and pick up off of them, and just overall, all three of us to just make each other better. And just, we have a pretty great room too. I have Weston Wade, Beldy, Crockett, Geo, Hooker, Neil. We got a pretty good back room. So I think, as a whole, all of us are just getting better from this. Even the younger guys who aren't really getting much play, we're all just getting better. And I feel like that if anything, that builds the grit for them as well, for all of us. And it's been great.